Talking into the camera can be pretty tough for a lot of people, myself included. I've done things from straight up recording my voiceover independently from the video, to have the script on the big TV behind my camera, to then just reading off my phone when I simply can't stop stuttering. I think I finally found a solution that works for me, at the very least for the most part. Introducing the Padcaster V2 teleprompter, the best affordable solution ever across the board. And I really mean that. However, we're going to jump into an unboxing right after the intro. Let's begin with a quick unboxing. Inside of the box, you'll find everything neatly packaged. And inside there's the teleprompter itself with a couple of protective covers on both sides, on the front and the rear. You're also going to find a bag with a bunch of different step-up rings, and it's going to depend on just what camera lens size you're going to be using. For the most part, they have a solution for pretty much everything, and they bundled in also a remote control to use on your phone. And beyond that, there's just a cleaning kit with instructions, a separately packaged Bluetooth remote, and more instructions for every individual piece. The packaging is honestly pretty awesome here, and I really like it. It's kind of adorable. The exterior design of this product is going to consist of this really cheap and lightweight plastic that feels a little bit too fragile. I get that it needs to be lightweight so that it doesn't weigh down your camera lens. However, it just feels really flimsy. There's also this piece of clear material and some kind of plastic, and this is what you would use in order to reflect the text from your phone screen. And that's how you're going to be reading off of it, and I will be getting into the usability aspect of this product a little bit later. However, the included rings, unlike the teleprompter itself, are made of a very sturdy metal. These are built exceptionally well in comparison, but they need to be as strong as they are in order to support any kind of phone that you end up attaching to this device, as trust me, it does end up weighing down the lens quite a bit. And I'm going to give you an example of the same situation that I'm actually going through with my device here. For example, with my 16 to 50 millimeter lens from Sony, as it does actually kind of weigh it down a little bit too much, and it keeps it from focusing sometimes, so that is actually kind of annoying. But they do have a bunch of different rings that should be a great fit for pretty much any camera lens that you would have out there, so I would strongly recommend it in that regard. However, a stronger lens overall would also be pretty nice, or at the very least do use a more lightweight phone with the teleprompter, which is going to lead me immediately into the mounting process. You just slide the teleprompter onto the ring itself, and it'll lock in place. And it's very simple, in fact, fantastically simple, and I really like that. And this makes it so easy to take apart, which I really like, because I don't always want to have that on top if I'm shooting other types of content. And the phone mounts from the bottom, and this is how the whole thing works. I hate this, and I'll explain in even greater detail why I absolutely hate this part of the mounting process. However, moving on. The Padcaster offers their own software to use along with their teleprompter. I just download the Padcaster app and copy and paste your text onto it. And through it, you can scroll through the text or have it scrolling on its own. Adjust the size of the text and the font and the color, etc. And there's just a lot of customization here. But most importantly, in terms of performance, it is going to be very solid. I've been using this extensively for pretty much every single video that I've been filming ever since I got this product. As I say that, I'm very happy with its results so far. The text is very clear, and the included remote is very easy to use, and it just makes it a lot easier to actually navigate through it, move up and down, and pause the script and that sort of thing. This little remote is a godsend. This is exactly what you always see me holding in pretty much every single one of my videos, so I do apologize if this just continues to pop up, and I hope that it's not really all that distracting. It's pretty necessary here. But anyway, it's a joy and super easy to actually use. And it's pretty intuitive, and I can hardly tell a visual difference between when while the teleprompter is actually on, as it kind of does make the image a little bit darker, even though I can hardly tell that is something that is actually happening, as it barely has any effect on my footage. And that the text is so very reflective, and I'll be showing you all of that in the B-roll, and I hope that it does come through pretty well. And it's good stuff, and it really has worked a lot of wonders for me. I can finally speak fluidly on camera, which is honestly a dream come true. As somebody who stutters completely out of nowhere, and this helps a lot, and it especially helps with having a lot less jump cuts because of that stuttering. And if you were wondering why I was having so many of those in the past, that's exactly why. It's something that I couldn't exactly help, and this actually helps me out a lot with that. So again, I very much apologize for all of that in the first place. And I really do love the utility of this thing. However, there are a couple of things that could make it a little bit better. For example, the build quality is honestly going to be pretty flimsy, in particular when it comes to the mounting mechanism for your phone, as it's just going to be a really cheap piece of plastic that when you're pulling it down, it honestly feels like it's going to break. So I would just pull it from the center and not from the corners, as I'm honestly scared that it might break. It might just be a little bit too lightweight. Actually, my small Pixel phone is apparently a little bit too heavy for it, and then ends up weighing down on my lens, which means that it can't really autofocus while my phone is on the teleprompter portion itself. And because of how much heavier it actually is, it just kind of brings it down, and there has to be some kind of remedy for that, as I don't want my lens to actually suffer any kind of damage in the future, and I don't want my teleprompter to break. As a result, as $100 for this is still quite a bit of money, especially taking into consideration the build quality. Otherwise, this is a product that I really needed to get, so that I don't stress myself over just stuttering or getting stuck on words that I simply cannot say without any kind of assistance. And I know that this got a little bit personal, but having a teleprompter, in spite of all of its issues, has been absolutely worth it for me. And if you're somebody that suffers from all of the issues that I do, or anything similar, if you really could just use a little bit of assistance there, this is a relatively budget way of getting that done, and it might actually be a very nice experience for you. And I have to say that anything that's actually any cheaper than this might be just a little bit too bad to even bother purchasing. So honestly, this is the only thing I would go for. If you're gonna get it, I recommend it wholeheartedly, but do try and treat it with care, as it is, again, a pretty fragile product, but it is one that has been incredibly useful. So yeah, there's that. And if you're interested in purchasing this teleprompter, then I will be making sure to leave affiliate links to Amazon down in the description. And if you end up using any of my links to make a purchase, then I do get a small commission that does help me run things just a little bit more smoothly. If you were to use those, I would appreciate that quite a bit. And also, if you like me enough, then do make sure to follow me on Twitch, as I like to stream every Friday and Saturday from 10 p.m. to 12 a.m. and I love streaming my little RPGs and MMOs, and that's something that you're into, I would love to see you down there and just have a chat with you. I think it would be a ton of fun, but links to everything in the description. And do make sure to also follow me on both Instagram and Twitter if you would like to stay up to date with all of the Tech Summit endeavors. With that said, this has been Francisco from Tech Summit. Thank you for watching, and I will be seeing you all later. Enjoy!